and welcome to the Leadership Edge. I am your host, Ted Gorski. The Leadership Edge is a show that focuses on leadership issues and topics that affect you, the leaders, on a daily basis. What we do in the show is provide you tips and techniques to make your leadership more effective and have a look at yourself and be more aware and how you can be a better leader on a day-to-day basis. Now, our last show got some really great feedback. They said, "My God, Ted, where did you get all that fabulous guests?" Well, if you haven't seen the last show in which Batman shared his latest leadership lessons, you need to tune into that. But because of that fantastic show we actually had an upgrade in my producer. And I want to welcome my new producer, Producer Chris. How are you doing, my friend?
All right, how you doing, Ted?
Fantastic. Welcome to the Leadership Edge.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully you'll be an upgrade from Producer Bill.
Every day.
My goodness, I had to drag him through these shows. But I can tell from talking to you, you are on top of your game.
Well, I try.
Awesome. Welcome. I know I'm going to expect big things from you. Big. Or as someone would say, huge.
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 Huge. Well, to continue, we're going to continue our guest series on leadership lessons from our guests. And I know from talking to our listeners and our viewers who say, "Hey, Ted, your tips are fantastic, but can you bring some other people on the show that can share their leadership lessons?" And I delivered for you last time when I had Batman. So we will have another person who actually flew in to tape the show last week. So we're going to play that clip, come up shortly, of the leadership lessons of this person. And I think once you see this person, you're going to know who he is. And he's going to share his leadership lessons of what he's learned in his career. And when we come back from that clip, we'll really sum up the show of what we learned from our second guest speaker on providing leadership lessons. So producer Chris, roll that clip. Wow, I am glad I flew in for the Leadership Edge. It's my honor to be on the show.
Superman, are you forgetting something?
Oops. Forgot about that. Glad I flew in for the Leadership Edge. I got contacted last week from my dear friend Ted, and he asked me to come on the show and share my leadership lessons on leadership. And I am here today to give you my 5 top lessons on leadership from me, Superman, to you, to help you improve to be better leaders. So, my first lesson to you leaders out there is managing power. You see, me as Superman, I have the ability to move mountains. I have the ability to stop trains. Hell, I got the ability to stop bullets. But you see, when I, as Superman, is working out there in leadership roles, I am not flaunting my power. I use it for the greater good. For you as leaders, do you use your power for the greater good? Do you come across with your ego? Do you come across saying that I am the leader because my title says so? Or do you harness your power in the right way for the greater good? You see, harnessing the power for the greater good is a higher standard that we all as leaders have to reach. I reach it. I expect you to reach it as well, because with much power comes much responsibility. How do you like that, young citizen?
Is that Spider-Man?
No. That is a Superman lesson that you have learned today.
Fair enough.
So, but I do know Spidey, and I'll let him know that you said hello. So the key thing for you as leaders is managing your ego, managing your power, because the worst thing you can do is by leveraging that power for the bad, you will cause distrust and untrustworthiness. And I will tell you that for me, that is unacceptable, because They even made rides named after me that harnesses the power of Superman. So lesson 1, manage your power and check off your ego at the door. Very important piece here, because with much power comes with much responsibility. Second thing, leadership lessons for me, Superman, is serving others. You see, as a leader, there's nothing greater than serving others. It is all about helping others. Our job as leaders is to help people to succeed. Our job as leaders is to help them achieve. And as a powerful leader, it's your job to really look at of the greater good of others. You see, everything I do is all about the greater good. Everything I do is all about servicing others. Whether I am saving somebody, whether I am kind of looking at what I need to do to save the world. But my whole concept is for the greater good. Do you as leaders out there serve others? Do you as leaders really focus on others and really help them achieve more? There's nothing more greater than helping someone reach a higher new level in their career, helping them achieve higher levels, to help them soar to higher levels. It's your key major point that you have to look at as a leader. So what I challenge you to do is look at yourself and ask you, how well am I servicing others? What am I doing today that's helping others to achieve? What am I doing today to really serve others in many, many different ways? You know, part of that, we've talked, I know Ted has talked many times on the show, is about empathy. Empathy is about understanding others. Empathy falls in this category. You see, as Superman, I have empathy for all humans. I'm here from another world to help this world to be successful. So because I have empathy for others, I am able to help them. So part of you as a leader is, how are your empathy skills? What are you doing to improve your ability in that particular area? I challenge you not only to serve others, but I challenge you to look at your empathy and make sure that you are coming across as a very empathetic leader. Third is about making a difference. And this was a great line from my father, who said, "You're going to change the world." You see, as leaders, our job is not just to change perspectives, but it's to change the world we're in, to change your organization, to look at it from a higher level of making a difference. You know, leaders just don't go into their roles just doing the status quo. I don't do that. It's your job to really look at, what do you need to do to break the status quo? What do you need to do to make sure that you are changing your world? Now, what do you need to do? Well, that's all within you. You have to look within your organizations and say to yourself, how do I make a difference as a leader? Maybe it's reaching out to someone in your organization. Maybe it's helping them achieve something more. Maybe it's you looking at how you can help your department, maybe help your organization achieve more. But it's all about the greater good of making a difference. You see, if you're not in leadership to make a difference in someone's life, if you're not in leadership to make a difference in someone's world, then there's no reason for you to be into leadership. So I challenge you, what difference do you make on a day-to-day basis? How do you make sure you're helping others on a day-to-day basis? Stand out in your world. You too can be supermen and superwomen out there and achieve greatness in your leadership potential. My fourth big tip on leadership lessons is recharging. See, that's a beautiful picture of me at the Fortress of Solitude. How'd you like that, young producer Chris?
I think it's great.
Okay.
Sorry we couldn't do it there.
Next time, my friend, I will make sure that I will bring you over to see my great Fortress of Solitude.
Awesome.
But here's the key point. As leaders, it's important for you to recharge just like I do at the Fortress of Solitude. What are you doing to take care of yourself? I will tell you that the many lessons that I have learned in terms of leadership is that you have to be able to take care of yourself. That means physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It means that you make sure that you are doing things to recharge your energy gas tank. Meaning that if you are always having energy in your tank, you're going to be performing at high levels. You're going to be super people, just like me. However, if your energy is drained from your tank, you will be inefficient with everything you do. Your decision making will be lacking. Your ability to have patience will be lacking. And your ability to be empathetic for others will be lacking. I will tell you, I've met many, many leaders who are not taking care of themselves. And you can imagine what kind of collateral damage they are causing in their organizations that sometimes I have to fly in and fix. What I say to you is, you as a leader must take care of yourself. If you do not take care of yourself, you will not be taking care of others. So great leaders have to be able to lead themselves. So you must understand when your energy levels are low. Because in order for you to detect it in you, you must detect it in other people. So what I say to you is, what are you doing to always consistently fill your energy gas tank? Are you consistently looking at ways to build it? Now you may ask me, Superman, how do I do that? Very simply. What I want you to do is look at activities that energize you, things that bring you pleasure. For me, it's going to the Fortress of Solitude and just recharging, kind of being by myself and looking at the world and how I'm making a difference. What I say to you is, what do you do and what do you like to do that brings you pleasure? Is it going to the park? Is it playing golf? Whatever those little activities are, you must put them in your calendar to make sure your tank is consistently filled so that you can be very much on top of your game and be recharged. Taking vacations is not enough here. Going and working out is not enough. You must consistently do this. And I will tell you, my work with a lot of leaders shows me that they're not doing this. You have to be a great leader. To be a great leader, you must do this. So I challenge you, look at what you're doing to recharge so that you can be an effective leader. The last point I want to talk about in terms of leadership lessons for me, Superman, is integrity. You see, what I look at in terms of integrity is all about the greater good. It's all about truth, justice in the American way. You see, you're being judged as a leader on a daily basis. People are looking at you and saying, are you in integrity? Are you ethical? Can people look up to you and model your particular behavior? What I challenge you to do is look at yourself and say, are you? You should be looking at what you're saying in terms of your words. Are you saying to people, okay, I expect hard work and an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. However, if your actions are, you constantly leave at 2 o'clock, that is not in alignment. You must really look at your words and your actions to see that you are in alignment, because you are being judged on a daily basis by the people that work for you and then who view you and look up to you. You are role models as leaders. You must model the behaviors you are seeking. Are you modeling those behaviors? I ask you to really look at your alignment. If you are not properly aligned, people will not be respecting your leadership. I'm aligned because I am consistently about truth and justice in the American way in all my actions. I care for others. I care for the people of this planet. My question is, are you caring for the people in your organizations? Do they look at you and are you displaying integrity behaviors? So, in wrapping up, these are my 5 leadership lessons that I want you as leaders out there to be looking at. And to reiterate and summarize real quickly, number 1, managing your power, checking your ego and leaving your ego at the door. It is not about the title, it is about helping others to be successful, because you as a leader are in the people business. Number 2, serving others. Your job is to make sure that you're helping others on a daily basis, whether it's in their career, their personal life. But your job is to make sure you're doing that. Number 3, making a difference. I got to this world to make a difference. You as leaders, what difference are you making? And it should be positive difference, not something that's negative. 4th, recharge. You must take care of yourself, take care of your energy, and make sure that you are doing that because it's going to make you a better leader. It's going to make you make better decisions. It's going to help you be more patient. And more importantly, it's going to help you really understand what you need to do to be a better leader. And lastly, integrity. It's all about making sure you are aligning and modeling your behaviors. So those are 5 leadership lessons for me, Superman, to help you all be better leaders. So it was my honor to be on this show. It was my honor for Ted to reach out to me, to be on the Leadership Edge. And I hope to fly in some other time to be on the show, and maybe Ted and I could be on the show together. So again, thanks for tuning in, and I appreciated sharing my tips. Wow. Amazing lessons we got from Superman. Did Mr. Ted deliver again for you, my viewers? There's some fabulous things about integrity. We've talked about that on the show all the time. The importance of you as a leader to have integrity in what you do. We talked everything about the whole concept of caring for others and supporting them. And more importantly, managing that old ego. I mean, I think Superman came in and delivered big time on that message about really managing your particular ego. Because I will tell you, in my coaching relationships that I've done, there have been many times where leaders could not check their ego at the door. So I hope you took that lesson really, really well from Superman and the other lessons that he provided. So again, I hope that you've learned a little bit from the show today. If there's anything we can do to help you with your leadership, please check us out at www.getYourEdge.com, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you to see what we can do to help your leadership be even more effective. So again, I'm your host, Ted Gorski. I want to thank producer Chris today.
You're
Great
welcome,
job, Dave. Producer Bill. Producer Chris.
Whoa,
Chris.
there. Watch it, yeah.
Producer Chris. Welcome aboard. See you next time on the Leadership Edge.